How is it going, everybody? So, weekly update for this week. We got actually had some big things happen this week. I guess before we get into the vehicles, we had Monday, Tuesday was our training for our laser setup and press brake. Went pretty good. Been cutting a bunch of parts, press braking a bunch of parts, and I'm sure John's gonna throw in that clip right now. And then for Mike's Blazer, we got these tubes tied in here. We're still not done, but obviously this was never tied into the cage inside. It was just into the firewall. And this being an old school truck, it still has rubber body mounts on it, which happens when you try and do something that's tied to the frame and then to the body, you're going to get a bunch of this. So instead of going back into the firewall and probably creating the same problem that it had before, which, I mean, it lived for a very long time, is now we're going to shoot a couple tubes down, and then we're going to shoot a tube from here, come out, and then bend in to try and just get a boxed in staying. That way, everything can kind of stay separate. So pretty much this is just strictly an engine cage, and that's about it. And, you know, shock mount. It's really a shock mount. For Gary's Ranger back there, we had training last week, but he just sent us some lights. So now that we have a light package, we're going ahead and modeling. We already got the frame horns pretty much designed. Looks like we got pretty close to having the radiator brackets done. And now we can work from the frame horn to the sheet metal bumper with the integrated light package, which should be very soon. For the F100 Allens, there's a section of a lower A-arm down there. You can see it kind of just setting together. Had to order some more chromoly sheets because I ran out. And that will be here Monday, which would be the time that you might see this. And then more parts. There's miscellaneous stuff. Here's like this would be a sway bar link. For this truck actually is a front and rear sway bar. So it'll be very nice to drive. Here's the shock tabs for the lower A arm, tons of different stuff. Here's some uprights, some wraps for the arms, some just sheet metal parts, just tons of different stuff. We got the sway bar links that will be attaching to these, which probably need some trimming. Yeah, see if I can do something like that. And then you will have to chuck it up in the end mill before, after we get done welding this and everything like that. We'll chuck this piece up into our end mill. We'll take a saw cut right down the center of it. That way it can be, or this center of it. That way you got the pinch bolts here. Got our bushing barrels for the trailing arms and lower A arms. They are a uniball style, which is really nice because you get a lot more longevity out of that, I think, and a lot stronger than just a piece of Delrin and a rod by itself. Otherwise, this next week we'll be cutting a whole bunch more stuff. I have more material in here. Unfortunately, you guys don't get to see an update video this next week. John's going on vacation and will not be here, and I am too camera dumb to do this without him. So you get a break from me for a week. Lucky you guys. Otherwise, we'll see you guys the following week, and by then we should have a lot of cool stuff. Hopefully Gary's Ranger will be pretty much done. And then I'm hoping that we're going to be getting really, really close to, if not already, setting a couple tubes in this. We still have to build the fixtures and stuff, so that's a lot of work. I mean, there's a lot of parts to that, square tube, and then cut and bend. Otherwise, we will see you guys next week, and have a good weekend.